When your AC stops working, just call the experts at KS Services Heating and Air. They're fast and affordable. Right now, purchase any Bryant energy efficient system and save with 0% interest for 60 months with approved credit. It comes included with a 5-year labor warranty. And our fair price guarantee means that we will always give you 3 quotes for every situation. A good, better, and best. Call KS Services Heating and Air today. We roll on, whatever it takes.
This is the Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition for Monday, September 18th. I'm James Spann. Warm weather continues. Highs well up in the 80s this week. A few scattered showers and storms, mainly over the latter half of the week. And, of course, the tropics are active. You expect that here in mid-September. A lot of things to talk about, so here we go. That's the water vapor satellite view. We have ridging down here across the deep south. More than likely that stays in place for the rest of this week. We're mostly in the 60s early this morning, although Montgomery's at 73. Birmingham 67. Cool spot is Fort Payne at 63. And around the nation, there's the watch warning map. Pretty quiet. Actually, the main issue is here. A dense fog advisory for much of the state except for parts of East Alabama through mid-morning. Visibility quite restricted in some areas as the day begins. That's the convective outlook for today. No organized severe weather expected. Looks like in Alabama, better chance of an afternoon storm across the southwestern counties of the state. Tomorrow, a risk of severe weather way up north, an enhanced risk for parts of the Dakotas. And on day 3, which is Wednesday, a marginal risk up north. We're in the green. That means scattered storms are possible. Severe weather not expected. Rain for the next 7 days, about 1/2 to 1 inch. This is valid through Monday morning of next week, and we should see a higher coverage of scattered showers and storms beginning Wednesday. But let's dive into the tropics. 3 systems on the board, and Lee is pretty much off the board. That is a dissipating feature in the central Atlantic. That's being eaten up by dry air and shear, so we'll discount that. Let's focus on Jose first, then Maria. And we do note, by the way, the Gulf of Mexico quiet as a mouse, which is a good thing. Jose looks like kind of a hybrid system. It's a hurricane with 85-mile-per-hour winds. Looks more like a mid-latitude type deal. This will likely stay offshore, but close enough for tropical storm warnings from Delaware up to Cape Cod. And on the track, you can see it should become post-tropical late this week as it tries to loop, but again, it should lose its tropical characteristics Thursday night or Friday morning. Here's a look at the ensemble guidance off the GFS. And some members try and do a full loop and kind of bring it back toward the Atlantic coast. But again, it's not going to be a classic hurricane if that happens. We'll take a look at the deterministic run here in just a second. This is the bigger story. This is Maria. This is a hurricane nearing the Leeward Islands with top winds of 90 miles per hour, expected to become a major hurricane tonight. Here's the official track from the Hurricane Center. It brings it right across Puerto Rico as a major hurricane Wednesday. And from there, it kind of skirts the northern coast of the Dominican Republic and then comes up just east of the Bahamas as it begins to gain latitude late this week as a major hurricane. That would be Category 3 or higher. Look at the tropical modeling on this, and pretty good agreement. Most of them want to keep it just east of the Bahamas. This is the GFS ensemble guidance on Maria. You want to look for the black line. That's the ensemble mean of the 21 members, and the mean recurves this into the Atlantic without affecting the United States, although some members do try and bring it farther to the west. There's more of a spread on the European, and again, it's got 51 members here. And again, you're looking for the black line in there. That's the ensemble mean, and the mean keeps it offshore. But really, it's just too early to call at this point. Let's see what happens after it passes Puerto Rico. We'll have a higher confidence. But again, for now, the message we're communicating is the fact that it's simply too early to determine the impact on the U.S. East Coast, if any. Here's the intensity guidance on Maria. Most of the models here keep it a Category 3 hurricane for the next 5 days. So we'll keep an eye on that thing. Let's take a look at the deterministic data. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock local time. Flat ridge down here, cold trough in the northwest. Down below all that, should be pretty quiet here. We may be touching 90 in a few spots today. We'll say highs between 87 and 90. Partly sunny. The chance of a shower very small. That's the high-res HER, and you can see a few specks out there, but any shower should be very small, very widely spaced. The better chance of those over the southern half of the state, and even there, probably not that many. This is tomorrow. Pretty much the same deal. Again, we'll mention a small chance of a shower. Partly sunny, highs 87 to 90. Jose is kind of sideswiping the upper Atlantic coast, as you can see. Again, obviously, rip currents, very rough surf. Winds may be approaching tropical storm force. That's 39 miles per hour from Delaware up to Cape Cod. Wednesday, moisture increases here. We'll bring in a much better chance of scattered showers and storms. Highs mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds. Jose, just southeast of Cape Cod. Thursday, and again, we'll mention scattered showers and storms, a mix of sun and clouds, highs mid, maybe upper 80s in spots. And off on the right there, you can see Jose, that's east of Cape Cod, and Maria, that is northwest of Puerto Rico. This is Friday. Again, we're in pretty deep moisture, so we'll see scattered showers and storms around, highs mid-80s. Jose is trying to do a loop-de-loop a little bit there. It's still it's south of Cape Cod. And Maria is gaining latitude north of Hispaniola. This is Saturday as the weekend begins. No real change here. A mix of sun and clouds, scattered showers and storms. Better chance afternoon and evening. They will be random. We can't tell you exactly when or where it's going to rain, but we'll see them around, much like this past weekend. Jose is just kind of hanging around southeast of Cape Cod. Filling, by the way, pressures are coming up. And Maria is a deep hurricane east of the Bahamas. Sunday, this is suggesting just maybe the weather might be a smidgen drier here with fewer showers. That might be the subsidence ring around Maria, and I don't think it's going to be that deep. Let me just say that. The GFS has been deepening these things way too much, but still should be a pretty good-sized hurricane northeast of the Bahamas, well east of Daytona Beach, Florida. Jose is kind of dissipating up there. We're starting to get that Fujiwara type thing going where these things are interacting with each other, but Jose should be in the process of dissipating if this verifies. We'll go to Monday. This is a week from today. Trough in the west. We got kind of a flat ridge down here, and down below that, Maria is hanging out east of the coast of the Carolinas. And obviously, if this is the case, and again, I don't think the pressure is going to be that deep, but we'll have rough surf, rip currents, maybe strong tropical storm force winds for the South Atlantic coast, but it will likely stay offshore. And for us, that looks relatively dry. Let's check the European. By golly, it's pretty darn similar to the GFS. That's pretty good agreement. It's got it well east of the Southeast Atlantic coast of the United States, offshore. And again, it's got Jose kind of coming back toward Chesapeake Bay is a weaker system, but again, we're getting the Fujiwara effect with the two interacting with each other. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Wednesday of next week, the 27th, troughing across the Great Plains, a ridge over the Gulf of Mexico. And again, that looks pretty dry here, and Maria is still hanging around, staying offshore. But again, I stress it's too early to know the impact on the east coast of the United States. Let's give it a few days. Check the numbers for the rest of September, highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s, and like magic, October hits and highs drop in the 70s and lows drop in the 50s. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening, on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
AC broken? Just call KS Services Heating and Air. All Bryant energy-efficient systems come with a 5-year labor warranty, and our fair price guarantee means that we'll always give you 3 quotes for every situation. Just call KS Services Heating and Air today.